here. You said there's no quorum. Where's Kembe? So who's phoning?
Thank you. Before we start, I just want to check that everybody online can hear me, and if they would just respond one by one. Councillor Andrews.
Yes, Speaker. I'm here, Speaker.
Councillor Andrews, I see you try to respond.
Can you hear me, Speaker? I'm here. I can hear you, Speaker.
Speaker, I've also
Noted.
joined
Councillor
online.
White, can you hear me?
Good morning. Yes, Speaker, I can hear you.
What is going on there? Are we not? There seems to be an issue with.
I spoke to the Deputy Mayor. He says they've got no sound, so we must maybe just sort that out first. Adjourn for about 10 minutes to sort out the sound.
Are you now the Speaker of this House? You just come in, you control everyone here inside.
Councillors, we haven't started the meeting yet.
What is wrong on you?
I was just checking if everybody was available online before we start. If everybody's not online, we will wait until the issue is sorted out, until we can proceed with the meeting where everybody is present. So we will duly wait for that report from the administration before we proceed. IT is on its way, so we will proceed as soon as everybody online can hear me. So it's 11:05 now. Let's give it until 11:15 for everybody to sort this out. Thank you. Councillors, before we go, those online, Councillor Andrews, can you hear me now?
Yes, Speaker, I can hear you.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Councillor White,
Good morning, yes, Speaker.
thank you. Councillor van Schalkwyk,
Yes, Speaker, I can hear
thank
you.
you. Councillor Vanston,
Morning, Speaker. Yes, I'm present. I can hear you.
thank you. Councillor Davis,
Loud and clear, Speaker. Good morning, everybody.
thank you. Executive Mayor, he's showing on hold there. Executive Mayor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it's phoning because his line is busy. Yo, executive, no busy, so we're going to big deal.
Okay, thank you. We're going to proceed. Good morning and welcome to all councillors. This is,
In, man, meeting that guy. Log in.
sorry,
Yeah? Now on hold, man. Is there something you're doing?
yeah, I will note now. First open the meeting. Okay. So welcome to the special council meeting today, 18 July 2025. Could I please is everybody seated? Councillor Lowe, I'm sorry, could I ask you just to open in a quick word of prayer for us? Thank you.
When they ask me to pray, then it means they say I mustn't speak today. Baie dankie Vader vir die geleentheid wat U vir ons gee om hier te kan wees, Here, bewarend, randier, versterk ons, Here. Deur die dag, Here, en elke besluit wat ons sal neem, Here, dat dit soos goed sal wees, Here, in die naam van Jesus. Ek loof, ek prys U daarvoor in Jesus' naam. Amen, amen.
Thank you, Councillor White. Item 3.1, councillors present. We have a number of councillors online. Councillors are all present that indicated either online or physical. Councillor Charlie did indicate to me that she would be late. She is returning from a function, a Mandela Day function, as is the Deputy Mayor, who will be here shortly. We are aware of those occurrences happening. So 3.2, councillors absent with leave, there are none. Councillors absent without leave. Yes, Councillor
Yes,
Lowe.
I just saw here, Speaker, and you must assist me. There's someone on Teams. Did we invite that person, Anna Maria Labaskachni, to be on Teams? And if we didn't invite her, then she can listen on YouTube what we are saying. There's a Anna Maria Labaskachni. I don't know who that person is. It can be a person that can come from Skulpad. It can be a person that come from Pits Onder Water. Who is that person?
Sorry, Councillor, it's an audit committee member. So they are welcome to be on here, and I'll get to that point now. So councillors absent with leave, there are none. Councillors absent without leave are none. I want to welcome members of the audit committee, Mr. Jacobs and Ms. Labaskachni, to this meeting. We move to item 4, noting the provision of the Code of Conduct for Councillors and the Code of Ethical Leadership as adopted by Council. Can we note that? Councillors? Thank you.
Noted, Speaker.
Thank you. Disclosure of interest, item 5. Is there any interest to be disclosed? Councillor Campbell?
Chair, I think every single councillor has an interest in the item. Thank you.
Thank you, that is noted. We move to item 6 on the agenda, new matters submitted by the municipal manager. Item 6.1, the draft response to MEC Bredell on notice of intention to intervene in terms of section 1391C of the Constitution against Knysna Municipality. The item starts on page 4, And as you might have noted, it is a lengthy document. But before I get there, I would just like to apologize to councillors and members of the public for the initial postponement from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. This was, and the late arrival of the agenda. This was mainly due to the time constraints put on us, and not trying to make excuses. It lies with my responsibility to ensure that everything is on time. So I am apologizing on behalf of my office that the postponement, firstly, from 9 to 11, to allow the administration time to compile the agenda in a proper and ordinary manner, so that it is legible for not only us as councillors and as a reply to the MEC, but also to members of the public. The timing of all of this is not normal, and I will continue to uphold our rules of order with regards to timiest notices of meetings, the timiest starting of meetings, as well as the timiest distribution of agendas. This was an unfortunate situation that could not be dealt with in any other way. The item is a lengthy item, starts on page 4 and proceeds to page 630. The bulk of the item is annexes, and I see your hand, Councillor Sabah. The gist of the item is the response, which is on pages 78 to 97. So that is the crux of the item. Everything else is annexes and supporting documents. Councillor Sabah.
Morning, Speaker. Speaker, I note your comment that you've just made. However, what I find quite disturbing is that we've had this report for an extended period of time. We, as an administration of council, have been aware of the number of issues that have been raised in these reports. Yet we, as councillors, received this report, a 630-page report, now literally an hour before this meeting. There's complaints that you've just made that you haven't had a timeless period to respond and everything, but we've had what, almost 2 weeks? Now, we as council are supposed to sit here and go through a 630-page agenda and apply our minds, make an informed decision in the best interest of this town. I think it's highly disrespectful, particularly to the opposition councillors who have not had sight of this report. I'm led to believe that other councillors have penned this report too, and have been a party to the penning of this report. I'm asking that we as the Democratic Alliance have an hour's caucus to have a look through it, and that we as a caucus can consult and formulate an opinion on this. And we're requesting, with your indulgence, an hour's caucus, please. Thank you.
Noted. Councillor Sabah, your allegation that other councillors have had sight of this report, if you can provide proof of that, I would be happy to accept it. Otherwise, please don't make allegations that are unfounded. I have been involved in this report, as well as the executive mayor, and to my knowledge, nobody else has been involved in penning of anything else, other than myself, the executive mayor, the administration, under the guidance of the MM. Please, let's not try and froth everything up into a situation that is not necessary at this stage. I will grant you a 30-minute caucus, and we will be back.
Speaker, we're asking for an hour. It is a whole
It is at
bunch
my
of pages.
discretion. It is at my discretion.
And I'm asking
granting
you again to reconsider. We're asking for an hour.
I am.
Most of our caucus members are not even here. We've got to get them
That
online.
is not
and
my
we've got-
situation, Council.
But you called the meeting at the last minute. We
Councillor
have a
Sabah,
right.
you do not argue with me. I am chairperson of this
I
House.
respect that, but we also have a right to consider this report properly.
Council is the first priority. Nelson Mandela Day activities are not part of my agenda. Council is my domain. That is the first priority. Whether the council sits the full day on this issue, that is where you are meant to be. So that is the first priority. Please do not make excuses. I'm giving you a 30-minute caucus to discuss from pages 78 to 97, which is the response that we are doing. The rest are annexes. You are welcome to challenge me by any other way. That is my ruling. It is
Thanks,
now
Speaker.
11:25. We'll be back at 11:55.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Speaker.
Whip, can you just close the door there, please? Councillor Andrews, Councillor van Schalkwyk.
Yes, Speaker, I can hear you.
Thank you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you.
Speaker, I'm also here.
Thank you, Mayor. Any other councillors?
Yes, Speaker, Councillor White.
Sorry,
Thank
Councillor
you.
White, I couldn't see it. There's just an S there. I couldn't see who you was. Apologies.
All is here as well, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillors, we are now going to proceed. Councillor Sabah, your caucus.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, the DA's view is very simple. I mean, we've been from the get-go saying that we're in support of administration and the dissolution of council. In terms of the report that has been prepared, I'm quite surprised that it indicates here under point 3 that the notice came unexpectedly. We've known since at least December of 2023 of the whole process in terms of the diagnostic reports. We've had the Section 154, we've had the commerce plans, and we've had various intergovernmental relations meetings and engagements over an extended period of time. What may be unexpected is that we sit with a new municipal manager and his directors, and possibly some of the interventions that took place prior to them being here are new to them. However, what I want to point out is that we are sitting with a municipal manager that now is being committed, and he is doing his best to try and steer the ship in the right direction. I shudder to think where we would have been had, at the time of the appointment of the municipal manager, we would have appointed the likes of Mr. Klabata and Mr. Makadama that the opposition, or the ruling coalition councillors were actually supporting. We would have been in a far worse position. What I am pleading for is that we as this municipality give the municipal manager the opportunity, together with these new directors, together with an administrator and the assistance from the Western Cape government, to get our ship back on track. This town is a Titanic that is sinking, and sinking quickly. Our service delivery continues to fall apart. We still have sewage all over town, pump stations that are not working, finances that are not in order. For us to report and say that our debtors book has improved is actually not true. We, in our Section 71 report that came out now for the end of June, indicates that the reason why our debtors book has reduced was because there was an 11.1 million write-off. And in this very report, there's an acknowledgement that there's been a receipt of about 13.6 million rand from Grey Elephant Investments. And that would indicate the movement and maybe the improvement. But that is old debt, not money received. While our cash and cash reserves might have improved, our service delivery areas across the technical departments, community services have failed. Our water pump stations, our sewer pump stations, our refuse collections still sit with the same problems. What I don't understand is that we have sewer pump stations that are failing. The pumps are sitting, waiting for servicing. We don't have a tender in place. We might have signed a deviation to maybe attend to that now. But we have honeysucker trucks that are running backwards and forwards, emptying out pump stations and disposing of that sewage at the wastewater treatment works, but not being compliant in terms of the noting of the amounts being disposed. There's a number of things that we're not compliant with. If you look at our riverbeds and our floodlines and the amount of homes that are built within the floodline that are falling outside of NEMA. There is so many things that we are not compliant with. We need to give the municipal manager the assistance he needs so that this town can get back on track. We have too much political interference, and the main thrust in all the reports that come every single time is political interference, and that political interference has not abated. It has actually got worse. We sit in meetings, we expect all staff and resources to sit here and listen to us. Yesterday was a 21-page report that took almost 4.5 hours. We're achieving nothing. Let the MM, together with the staff and an administrator, continue to get this town back on track. We support administration and we will report dissolution of council. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Lowe, Councillor Campbell.
Oh, thanks. You know, Speaker, the things that Councillor Seren Sabah have said, these things that we hear now for more than 2 years and 6 months. It's not something new that is coming. Anything that we want to do in this municipality, the opposition party, the DA party will always oppose. She come now here and want to grandstand because now she said now the MM. This is not about the MM. This what we are dealing here in Naisna is about the residents of Naisna and about us that might have to take this up to the right direction. This is not about one person so here. All of us must work as a collective to achieve what our people want to achieve. You can bring the messiahs from anywhere. We as the collective...
Order, please. I'm been distracted on the floor. Councillor Sabah, please, if you want a caucus, please ask for one. Thank you.
We as a collective must steer this up to the right direction. We as the political heads of this town of the municipality, we must make sure that we get to the end point of the end goal. I don't know why she want to come and praising the MM here. She want to praising the MM. We must work with him. He must work with us to take the organization to where we want to achieve it. And where we want to achieve this organization is to bring the better service to our people in our communities. Where everyone in this town must have better services. The one thing that we have done, we have appointed administrators, we have appointed directors. They were in power for 10 months. They can't even do that, a simple thing, by appointing one director. We have done that. Now the MM with his team that we appointed must work with us.
Speaker, sorry, can we please ask Councillor Sabah to stop yapping next to it? It's very disturbing.
Speaker,
If you're
point
rising,
of
you rise on a
objection,
point
that's
of
wrong.
order. Please be seated. Please, Councillor Campbell, if you're rising, rise on a point of order. Please. There are rules of order in this House, and I would like all councillors to abide by those rules of order. You may continue, Councillor Lowe.
Okay, thanks for protecting me, Speaker, but I think I'm also man enough to protect myself, but it's fine. But what I want to say here is that we, as governing this municipality, we are moving in the direction where our people want to see that services is happening now. And it's going to happen now. We have, even now, we have a funded budget because we have appointed people here. This organization, and we are making policies in this municipality. And the administration must adhere to that. Yesterday, she made a complaint about and noise about yesterday's meeting. The same MM have pleaded us to support him yesterday in this meeting for the things to be dealt with. And we did support him because he was crying to us for assistance because there was a hiccup and we have dealt with it. We have dealt with our pumps that were somewhere and we said it must be here because the pumps belongs to us. So we can deal with our sewage spills, we can deal with our water and all these kind of things. And we support him yesterday when we were in the meeting. We support him, all the councillors did support the MM. So I don't know where this thing is coming in, that there's political interference that is happening now. All these administrators and these directors that are working there, they're doing their job. And I don't see there's political interference when they are doing their job. Because if they do their job, then you don't need political interference. And secondly, from the beginning, they were in this mood that the nice municipality must go under administration. So there's something new that everyone wants to come blow up here. And now they want to say, no, we don't do our job. Our people get water. Our people, we are building houses for our people. We are preparing better roads in our communities for our people. This is the things that our people get. And we are working very hard to achieve these goals for our people. Because this is about our people, this. And this municipality is working in the right direction. And I can see now with all these MMCs and the councillors in the different wards.
1 minute.
Thanks, but I was actually supposed to get another minute because of what was happening that side. But you don't want to give it to me, but it's fine. We are working towards the better life of our people. Yesterday, Ione was said about AfriForum here. And I told him in the meeting, That is AfriForum want to come and they must come and work in our areas where our people are. If they are so good. But if they just only want to work in the influence areas, then I don't agree with them, and we will never agree with them. So all these organizations that are supporting the municipality, they must also bring that support to our areas to better the situation of our areas. So mine is that we mustn't come here and make this about one person. It can never be about one person. This is about organization, and we are leading this municipality. This is not about the MM here. This is about the organization. And even if we have to defend it, we are going to defend it because we are moving in the right direction. And anyone can see that. Thanks, Chair.
Councillor Campbell, Councillor Bested, you did have your hand up. Deputy Mayor and then the Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. I apologize for interrupting just now. Speaker, yes, I'm first going to start with, I've read through this and I've made a few notes. There are a few minor linguistic errors. I'm not going to go through all of that. What I would maybe ask, seeing as it's a draft, is if the administration possibly could send us a Word copy. It's nothing but to do with the content, except I have one comment to do with the content. And that has to do with, I don't know whether I've missed it, but I do not see that we are putting in this report that we've got an improved audit outcome. And I think that's very important. I know the administration worked very hard on this document and they had very little time. But if I'm correct and it is not in there, if we can just add that and maybe attach the Auditor General's indication, because we actually improved from last year. And I think that is extremely important, Chair. Yes, Chair, then Councillor Sabach talks about that everything's hunky-dory and fabulous with the administration, but apparently the councillors and interference is the problem. And I've actually gone through the MEC Bredal's letter, and I highlighted all the topics in there in different colours. And I did not find anything in that report that related to councillor interference. I found one thing about the mayor approved a water services development plan that he shouldn't have, and then council did. That was clearly, it was during the recess, and the mayor was obviously advised to do it. But I don't find anything in this letter that's about councillor interference. So that begs the question, if the problems are not with the council, how is dissolving the council and having another election going to solve our problems with water, with sewage, with refuse? It makes no sense. And then I might want to suggest that we actually add to our report as an annexure a comment from Councillor Sabach on the Knysna-Plet Herald Facebook page. I'll just read it to the council. Melanie Ann Paulson says they can fire the council and still sit with the same officials mentioned in the report. So as long as Bredal can do nothing about the officials, things may never change. Then Councillor Sabach says, Millie Ann Paulson, really? We have a new team who are committed to ensuring that we're going to improve service delivery, unlike what we had before, who ignored augmentation fees which could have been recovered and scarce skills. So Councillor Sabach's comments in this council and on Facebook are basically the administration is now sorted. So how on earth is it going to solve the issues in the MEC's letter if council is dissolved? Council does none of those things by itself. There is some mention about inadequate oversight by council, yes, in MEC Bredal's letter, but I don't see this interference. That is, according to Councillor Sabach, is apparently the main problem. She also hasn't given us any evidence of interference. So I would just ask if we may, if the document can be distributed by Word, I will send it, if want to, all the councillors can be given my track changes. And if I'm correct that we did not put in the improved audit outcome, I really believe that that is something we should be proud of, and I think it's very relevant to this application. And I want to thank the administration for doing, it was an impossible task. The MEC, with respect, was completely unreasonable with the time frame he gave us. He also did not give us information. There were many allegations about staff misleading with no dates, times, names. It was not possible for anybody to respond to that. So I believe in the circumstances and given the time frame, This was excellent then. As far as the recommendations are concerned, I don't know. At this point in time, I almost want to recommend a paragraph C, because I don't know when we'll be able to have another meeting unless the speaker will call another meeting. I wanted to recommend that in the event that the MEC recommends to Cabinet and that the council be dissolved, that the speaker and the mayor be mandated to consult attorneys and advocates, specialist advocates, with the in consultation with the the Director Corporate, and Marilyn Botha. So the people who do the consultations will be the speaker and the mayor, but that will be in consultation with them to take whatever action is necessary should that decision be made by the provincial cabinet or the MEC. So that's my proposal.
Do you have a seconder for your proposal?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Thank you. Next is Councillor Bester.
Thank you, Speaker. Through you to Council. So, first off, I'd like to ask that before you even sign, Speaker, this is at you and the Mayor, before you even sign this document, that you actually fact-checked point 87 and 88. Point 87 states that TAG is in agreement that the council must be dissolved. Now, I've seen correspondence and media statements that state that they have subsequently gone against the previous stance. So that no longer applies. Then, as far as KRG, which is a subcommittee of the Knysna Business Chamber, is concerned, there's a contradiction between the subcommittee and the actual forum on the stance regarding the dissolution of this council. KRG is against it, but the business chamber is for it. So I think you guys need to just check that out first before you can send that out to the MEC. Then, as far as the actual report from the MEC to dissolve this council, obviously I'm in full support of that, and I'm in full support because of a couple of factors. Number one, budget. Okay, this municipality is still not budgeting properly, and that's for two reasons. One of which, councillors are pushing for projects and money to be spent on items that is not service delivery related, and they take money from those departments, i.e. water, sanitation, roads, to be spent on nice-to-have projects, all to gain votes for the elections. So just yesterday in this room, we sat here having to discuss moving funding around in the new budget to accommodate for a robot that is not working, a traffic light that's not working. We had to move money around to actually be able to fix the street lights. These monies weren't budgeted originally, okay, but yet we had to adjust those. There's been deviations signed to move money for other infrastructure necessities that is not on the budget. And this is after we have complained prior to the budget being approved that it doesn't speak to the money that is actually needed. Also in yesterday's meeting, the department couldn't even give us the cost of a light bulb. Councillor Campbell asked repeatedly, how much does it cost for a light bulb if the community wants to change it? The department can't even give us that. They are not doing costing for actually delivering services. I take my hat off to Tole that was here. You know, when I was MMC for infrastructure, that was the only guy that stood up and said, sorry, you can't touch my budget because here's the quote to support the amount of money that I've put into the budget that I need. The rest of the department doesn't do that. We don't even have a clue on how much it costs us to deliver services. Then, clearly yesterday there were signs also that there seems to be conflict within administration. I'm not going to go into depth with that, but that needs to be addressed as well. Then, I was in a meeting in this very same room where officials lied to Bokma. Okay? They lied in their face. Okay? And I have evidence to prove those lies. So you're welcome to come with me and I'll show you. There's still sewage overflows in this town. Just have a look at our water quality samples that was done at the beginning of this month. We failed in the majority of those culverts where the samples were tested. And it's not once, it's not twice, it's every single time. And then this municipality is also non-compliant with a lot of legislation, including NERSA and our water license conditions. So, Speaker, through you to this council, you guys really need to think about this carefully. We really need the capacity of administration to resolve and get the time for the directors and the MM to actually fix this and fix this properly so that we can actually have services to our community. Thank you.
Noted. Deputy Mayor, Councillor Charlie, and then the Mayor.
Speaker, morning. Actually, afternoon. And if she need to be charged, you need to charge her. I also want to know why the DA is still here. Why didn't they resign last week or when this thing was came out about? Because they say we're lacking, we're failing, we're not doing what we are supposed to do. So why are they then still part of a council that is failing? Why? Let us then put it to the test. Let them resign. And let us have by-elections there and see if they're going to win it. As of what they're thinking now with this administration, they think they're going to win. Unless they were promised other positions somewhere else. They do it. The DA do it. They hide you in province to put you up there so that you can be untouchable. So maybe they were promised these type of positions from their federal or whatever they call them. And they can come for me. I'm not going to sit still this time. If you listen to what Councillor Bester, yes, they can come, they can make whatever they want to. You need to be politically matured to understand these things that I'm talking about here, of which they that making is obviously not. All right. If you hear what Councillor Bester is saying, and also the Mrs. Sabacht, Councillor, everything, and I want to know if someone can explain to me how does a councillor that is not equipped with the knowledge and the expertise go and suck out a drain if they are not educated as they are saying we are not. How do we get implicated in things that we don't have the knowledge of? How do we make sure that water doesn't run into the estuary? If you hear, and exactly as the Councillor Bester was saying, that the department's administration, the people with the expertise have failed council. That is what that is my finding here. Yes, there are new people, and we need to been given the opportunity for them to fix. There's a new MM, of which we don't interfere in his work, as Sabach is saying. There's new directors. So all of these people are new and I'm sure that their hands are clean, and therefore they can feel free to tackle and take on anything without being, without fear or favor, because no one can then come for them if their hands are clean. So, Bradell needs to give the administration with council the opportunity to fix without the DA, because they need to resign today. We need to come to a conclusion here. And let us then have the by-elections in the wards and see if they're going to win it and if they're going to sit unemployed, running around up and down here in the corridors, maybe looking for a contract here or something. But let us be resolute and let us be honest with one another. To put this council or to dissolve this council, it's not resolving the problem. Let us say that to one another, Speaker, and I thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Charlie.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I am glad that I am a preacher. And when I preach, I don't write down. It comes out from my heart and from my brain. And I'm glad the leadership of the Patriotic Alliance don't give me notes what I must say and speak on behalf of the community of Knysna. I don't have notes that was given by my leadership what I must say in council, because I am not a headless chicken. Speaker, why don't the government say and put it on the legislator and say, let the directors, the managers, the officials, it must be them that are going to contest on the polls. They must go and contest. Because the community elect and appoint councillors there, and those councillors, they fail to bring the services, or they fail to see that the water is going to be finished now in the Water Clove Dam. Let them say, the officials, they are the ones who must go on the polls, not us. Then we take it from there. You can't say in your slogan, unless they were not born, that people shall govern. People shall govern. I am not also a people, a person. Now, when there's communities, they elected and appointed their own leadership, that they want, that they must lead them. And now you come and tell me that those people, they are unfit. Now let the officials, when there's by-election, not a single person must appoint anyone. The officials must go on the polls, because they are the ones who went to university, and now we as councillors, we are hearing this, that now, especially me, my name was in Parliament, saying that I went to the rally of the PA, leaving the town without water. Now when I want to go into the department, I am interfering. What is it? Now we hear now another statement that the officials lied about the Bokma. Now who is going to be perfect for this municipality? Hence I am saying, Speaker, whether it dissolves, whether it stays, I am not talking about it. I am talking about those who are saying that the councillors are useless. If you are useless, don't involve me. I'm not useless. If you don't know what is a service delivery to the poor of the poorest, you are going to speak like that. I am not useless. In this phone, there are people who are saying, thank you, councillor. In some of the other councillors' phones also. But in your phone, it's only a certain race, but not all of them are applauding for you because you do bring service delivery to the people. Now, if this is going to be like, for 3 months, there will be no councillors.
1 minute.
Then, it's good. I don't know how are they going to do their paperwork, because the entire 11 wards will come with their grievances in this municipality. How are they going to work, Speaker, if there is no councillor? A mother, and I'm so glad that I am speaking because I can sense in this meeting, in this council, that we've got a woman called Penina. A woman called Penina, who making a laughing stock out of Wana, who couldn't bear children. If you are not Penina and you are Wana, you are not going to think about yourself. You are going to think about the children. You are going to think about the other people. What I am saying, Speaker, I am glad. When I speak here, I am not reading anything that was submitted to me, because I can use my own sense. I'm not a voting cow. I can speak how I speak in the meetings for my community. And here I will speak out of my sense and out of my mind without being told by my leadership. Therefore, Speaker, I am saying that I am not going to be labeled by a useless councillor and think that she's going to sweep us along into the river with her uselessness. I am not useless. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Charlie. I have the Mayor and Councillor Tiokolo. Mayor, do you want to go first? And Councillor... Mayor, would you like to go last?
Yeah, can you like Chokolo, Sabah's friend, to speak first?
Okay, I've got Councillor Tiokolo and Councillor Tengwa and then Councillor Davis.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Good afternoon, everyone. You know, Speaker, listening from this side at times can be very disturbing. But just to say this, Speaker, it's very rich from the DM to say he or they are not interfering. Now, recently the MM, he brought a useless motion here. Useless, baseless motion he brought to this council. The MM was very clear to advise this council that, council, you are interfering. He was very vocal to make that clear. So now for the DM to come here today and say they are not interfering, that's very rich from him. But I do understand that, you know, I think he said when he came here that, you know, if you are a mayor, if you are this person, you can't be that. He's clearly lost in some of the things that are happening in Neisner. And I don't think he's got a clue of what's happening in Neisner. But Speaker, I think as the DA we've made it very clear when we met about this item last time. We raised our issues. You know, we've got these councillors whom you think when you've prepared. So we prepare when we come to meetings. We don't just get umoya up a meeting in and then you want to speak. We prepare. So you write your things for you to come and speak and address people on issues, on facts. Not things that you come from umoya wako and think you can say this in a meeting. So we prepare for the meeting.
Speaker, I don't think the
and
point
as
of
the,
order...
as the TA, we prepared our...
What is your... Sorry, Councillor Tekolo.
Translating on what I just said now he's speaking direct to me because I never speak. I'm saying when I am preaching, I don't
What is
hide.
the point of order, Councillor
Point
Charlie?
of order, he must withdraw. What he's just saying that now you are preparing your statements so that you can
It's not a
speak.
point of order, Councillor Charlie. Unfortunately,
Yeah, but you
carry
must
on,
stop.
Councillor Tekolo.
To be puppets.
Thank you, Speaker.
Councillors, please, let's not have comments from the floor. Let us maintain our dignity towards each other, please.
Speaker, I think it's getting to me now. Councillor Lowe has been mentioning, I think it's the third time now. Whenever I speak, he talks about the lapdog. And he must make it very clear as who the lapdog is. He must make it very clear, and I think he must withdraw that.
Speaker,
Councillors, both be seated. Councillors.
I take exception to that, Speaker.
Councillors.
Speaker, I take exception to
I note your, Councillor Tiakolo, give me a moment, please. I will not allow councillors to address each other across the floor. Please. Let us stop pointing fingers. Let us stop making unfounded accusations and allegations. Let us stop the name calling. It is petty and childish. We are adults in this room. Please, and I am begging for decorum. This is not the time and the place to do those things. We are in a very serious situation. Be mindful of that, please, councillors. All of us need to be mindful of that. Yes, the situation is tense, but let us behave in a manner that befits our status and show respect to the communities. My apologies, Councillor Tiakolo. You may carry on.
Yeah, Speaker, councillors here keeps on talking about the administration. My colleague here, Councillor Best, spoke at length about budget, which I raised when I spoke last time. The budget is not the MM's baby. It's not this administration's baby. It's council. It's this council that finally approves the budget. And I've said it last time. If you look at the timing of the intention by the MEC, he looked at what we approved in the budget currently. And he looked at it and looked at what is going to happen in this current financial year. And he saw nothing. And you could clearly see it in yesterday's meeting. I was sitting here, Speaker. Yesterday's meeting. Money, in July, already there's been money that's being shifted. I spoke about it last year when there was an early adjustments budget being done. I said, how do you do an adjustment budget so early when you've just done a budget? So the problem with budgeting, it is this council. It's not the administration. So when it suits councillors to blame the administration, it suits them and then it's nice. If they want to take the glory, then it's good for them to take the glory. The second issue, Speaker, that I want to deal with is in terms of the MSC, this argument keeps on coming up as if the MEC has done nothing, according to 139. The MEC implemented 139A. He did that, we all know that. He went on to the B part, whereby he assisted this municipality. Resources were spent here. When we were in trouble, the MEC sent resources. He mobilized our neighboring municipalities. He sent resources from his office. Provincial Treasury came in to assist at the finance department. These councillors here, a lot of resources were spent for them to be trained. A lot of workshops were called here. But you know what? You only had 2 or 3 councillors at the time in those trainings. Those are resources. Those are the ways that the provincial government was assisting us. They assisted us. So they've done the B part. Now they see that there's nothing that's happening. That's why they've moved to C. And he's explained it in his notice that as to why he's moving to C. And also there's this notion that there's nothing about the interference by councillors in the actual intention to dissolve council. It's been coming for a long time. It's coming actually from the reports from 2019, I think. What do you call it? The diagnostic report. The diagnostic report. It's been clearly stated there. Not one diagnostic report, not one, 2.
3.
So it's this thing of thinking that you're going to see it in the notice that the MEC is sending now. It's incorrect, Speaker. But Speaker, just to go to the...
Councillors, please, sorry.
To the
Councillor
recommendation.
Tengod, please, I'm constantly hearing phones and discussions on telephones. That is highly disrespectful in this council. You put your phone off, you will take your call outside if need be. This is really not the way we proceed in council. Please.
Speaker, therefore, I want to submit the following recommendations. A, that the council takes note of the notice of the intention to intervene in terms of section 139, 1C of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996, issued by the MEC for Local Government, Environmental Affairs and Developmental Planning, MEC Anton Bredel, dated the 26th of June. And then B, that council does not support the compilation of a response to contest or delay the implementation of the section 139(1)C intervention, as it would be contrary to the urgent need for decisive action in the best interest of the municipality and its communities. Thank you, Speaker.
Do you have a seconder for your proposal?
I, Councillor Sharon Sabach, second that proposal.
Councillor Tengwa, Davis, and then to wrap up, be the mayor. Are you done? You've covered. Councillor Davis. Councillor Davis, can you hear me?
Hi, Speaker. Can you hear me? Hi there.
I can hear you, Councillor Davis.
Okay, thank you, Speaker. I think my colleagues have really covered everything. I just want to maybe share, because I know, as you know, it might be the last time that I will have this opportunity, or others will have this opportunity to share in this council platform. So I'd like to use my 5 minutes, because really from here anything could happen, and it could happen very soon. But Speaker, you know, I think if it's a lesson for this council, I think
order, please.
We need to turn back to trust. And you know, the white paper, which is now being looked at, but the original white paper says that we have to play a developmental role. And I remember there was a book by MP Todara, some of you might know, where he wrote it in 1994 on economic development. And we coined the term development, which is the process of improving the quality of all human lives. Now in Knysna, we have the privilege not only to improve human lives, but also the lives of animals and our environment. And so as a team, we are supposed to ensure active service delivery, but also that we ensure a sustained future for generations to come. So I want water today in Knysna, but I also want my grandchildren one day to also have water. And so there's a few concerning trends in Knysna at the moment that need to be stopped before it's too late. Number one, the serious and long-standing service issues that get ignored by administration. And some of these issues are simple solutions. We write letters, we make videos, we take pictures, but the issues get ignored. Also, few want to lead in decision-making, either because of fear or because of inability. Also, the systems, processes, and policies are not followed properly, decisively, or consistently. If you look at all the bid and on the impact committee, you see how the blunders on the supply chain and the blunders in the bid committees have affected this municipality negatively. Number four, there's little honor for leadership. Some staff don't respect councillors and vice versa. Also, the number of staff have lost their passion for service delivery. You can see it, whatever the reason is. Even though they get paid every month, and even though many get a 13th check. Also, management has lost the ability to reach communities where they are, and they don't apply cost-efficient solutions to problems anymore. Some have resigned from creativity and adaptability and have adopted a limited and scarcity thinking. And so the issues in Knysna are complex, and it requires innovative thinking. And I can only imagine how the MEC and other people that want to intervene can see that there's a lack of innovation and innovative thinking. Many of our communities and stakeholders have lost trust in the municipality. And we know that there is a relationship between trust and perception. And there's a lot of negative perceptions about the municipality. Some are positive, but there are many that are negative. to many people, when you talk about Knysna, they say it's a municipality that does not communicate in moments when it matters. And I'm not referring to the communication department because they actually do a good job. I'm talking about communicating in general. People say that Knysna municipality is a municipality that communicates deceptively. Things are either escalated but seldom delegated. They say the municipality, Knysna municipality is the black sheep of the garden route. They say Knysna municipality is inept and has an out-of-touch administration. They say that Knysna municipality, whose senior management, they don't plan together to solve fundamental problems. They say that Knysna municipality cannot get service delivery done, even though they have more than 90% collection rate. They say that Knysna municipality, they avoid and fear consequence management. The municipality is fractured and has a fragmented organizational system. And it's a municipality where people have cast off restraint, they're demotivated, they're disempowered through internal conflict and differences. And it's a municipality where talented staff who should be here no longer want to work here. And so it's possible for us to change this perception. When we bridge the gap between the internal organizational realities and the perceptions of our stakeholders, we find out what the problems are and we deal with it. We've heard, with my colleagues have said, there were many reports, but nothing has been dealt with decisively and effectively. It requires a whole reorientation of policies and behaviors, which hasn't been done. We need to involve directors and managers as champions to build the reputation of our municipality. We need to hold each other accountable to regular targets and improve the results. So as I said last time, Speaker, one person or group cannot do this. And the people that brought us into the situation cannot now take us out of the situation. Whatever we do, Speaker, we must turn back to trust. And that is why we are saying that the only way we can do that is we need to fix the administration from the outside so that we can fix the problems on the inside. Because those who have been here and are here have shown that that is not possible. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Davis. I'm not allowing any second bites. Mayor, you'll be the last to wrap up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Speaker. But Speaker, before I proceed, I wanted to raise something that which I believe also Councillor Sabah must be given an opportunity before this meeting closed to apologize and retract his statements when he mentions people's names that have applied in this municipality, Yomatroloba and others. For the statement he made is improper. It's casting doubt on their credibility. So I think on that, and I even going to find their numbers and ask them to really listen to the YouTube, what Councillor Sabah was saying about their names. It's very wrong. As much you can promote one person, but don't drag other people on the mud. Let me go now, Speaker, on this report. I'm not going to respond to Sabah and them because Sabah has been, from day one, ever since this coalition took over, has been writing and been saying bad things about this coalition and has been labeling this coalition as a coalition of corrupt, which till to date he has not laid any criminal charge. Who's corrupt? Who's not corrupt? Till today, he hasn't proven that any of this coalition is corrupt because there's not a single criminal charge. Let me go straight into the details. Speaker, dissolving Knysna municipality will not assist any residents of the municipality. It will not assist any municipality. You might dissolve, the same councillors might come back. How is that assisting the municipality? You might dissolve, new councillors come back. How is that going to assist the municipality? Because the first thing, those councillors have to come and fight about collusions, joining collusions. The second thing is that those councillors might take 3 to 4 months learning policies of the municipality, attending trainings. How is that assisting the municipality and the residents within that period? There will be uncertainty with that period. Residents will have uncertainty when the municipality is dissolved. It's not on the best interest of the municipality. The municipality is stable. You are trying to bring back the municipality to instability. I'm sure Pradel is seeing that the municipality is improving in many things. There are many things that the municipality cannot do at once. It will take time, it will take finances, and it will take all the commitments that is there from councillors. There are three issues which I've highlighted when Pradel speak about councillors. One is that there is a possibility of interference. He hears of council interference. Pradel hasn't said who are those councillors. There are powers vested with Pradel to institute an investigation on interference of councillors. Why he hasn't done it? Two, Pradel is mentioning the issue that the mayor illegally signed the documents. But Pradel is, what should have the mayor done in December? Because in December, it's where there is recess. What should have done? The mayor doesn't wake up and sign. Administration take documents to the mayor with an advice that you sign because the council is in recess. Some of the powers are vested in the new mayor. Can you sign this document? The mayor doesn't wake up and sign the document because he has typed this document. So those are the critical issues. The other issues that Pradel has mentioned is that councillors doesn't have an oversight on administration. So it puzzled me because at other side he said there's interference. His other side he said councillors does not do their oversight. We do our oversight. Section 80 sits. Section 71 is presented when it has to be presented. Council meeting sits. Council meeting sits, so we do our oversight. That's where we do our oversight. What other oversight does it want? Because council function committee does sit, and we do take part of those council function committees. Again, Pradel is mentioning the issue that administration lies. They are giving wrong information by administration. Has Pradel take that information to council? The section 154, we were told councillors must not interfere, must not be part of section 154. Ever since there were only 3 meetings of section 154. How do you think that will be possible to assist if you only have 3 meetings, section 154? At least there should have been monthly meetings to monitor the progress. But councillors, the whole council was put aside. Their administration was dealing with administration. So how do you blame councillors on those issues? Because Pradel never came to council and said, council, I'm finding this difficulty. Your old administration is lying to you, is giving false information. He hasn't brought that information to us so that we can charge those administration. That has not been done. I like what Lave is saying. The issue of the administration, we have to deal with it. Our focus for now, after they receive the report, our focus is for us to respond to Pradel. After responding to Pradel, we have to use this report and deal with administration correctly. Yes, some of the administrators are new. But within 6 months, we didn't call them and said that because at any workplace, you are at least given 6 months to improve and to show yourself what you can do. We didn't do that because we understand that the Nisa municipality has challenges that has been there for quite some time. We allowed them space. Sorry, we allowed them space so that they can find time and understand what is Nisa. We had allowed them space. We could have said out of 6 months, you haven't done your work, you haven't made any improvement, go. That wouldn't have assisted the Nisa municipality. There wouldn't be any stability if we have to do that. We must allow them space and time. We recently approved, Speaker, a budget. These councillors of DA, it's clear that they don't know what they are talking about. It's because they didn't support the budget as well. Out of the budget, capital budget, 45 million goes on electrical upgrades and distribution and expansion. On water, 60 million goes to address some of the water challenges. It's there in the budget. It's there, or should we say, it's there in the budget. 60 million goes to address the issue of water. And we all know that NISA problems doesn't need 60 million. It needs billions, because our whole system needs to be upgraded. But with the limited budget we have put money to see that we are serious about upgrading the infrastructure. More than 60 million it will be spent on water and sanitation, even on roads. More than 43 million that goes towards roads upgrading of roads. Are we not serious about infrastructure in Nigeria? We are serious. We know our capital budget is not 200 million. It's less than 200 million. But we have made sure that some of the money goes to those main infrastructure problems. It's not going to be enough in one day. That's why even with administration, we are saying that they must go and apply for BFR funding so that we can receive that 2 billion or 1.5 million, 100 million and 500. Sorry.
Speaker, let the
So
mayor
that we
breathe
can
a
receive
bit.
that money. So that we can receive that money of at least half of that 200 of that 2 billion, so that we can assist in terms of upgrading the municipality of infrastructure challenges. Because the challenges that are there are challenges that have been there, but as a municipality, we are dealing with them. In terms of finance, Sabah must not be selective and quote this and quote this. Our finances improve. How can you have a 238 million surplus on operation, then your finances not improve? If you look at our collection rate, yes, we still have a problem of more than $500 million of debt that we haven't received. That's an old debt which we have to collect. It's also there in Section 71 report that we are appointing debt collectors to go and collect that money. But in the current state of finance, we have improved because we have collected more than 94% of collection. We know that we are slightly below of national norm of 95. We know that we are slightly below, but we have improved quite dramatically in finance. Our audit opinion has improved. Our finances has improved. So I don't think this thing of dissolving a municipality will assist anyone in the municipality. It will just delay any progress that is there. There are NGOs that are assisting. It's nothing wrong when the stakeholders assist the municipality. At least in this time of age, we're supposed to know that they're supposed to build private partnership, public-private partnership in terms of assisting the municipality. The source of income and the source of service delivery doesn't only come from revenue, inside revenue. We must also look at external. So, Speaker, I want to support the recommendations of Councillor Campbell, but I want to add to them, not to consult. If Pradel proceeds with putting the NISA municipality and administration, that the mandate be given to the mayor and the speaker with all those officials that are seated in the policy that they must support to directly interdict Pradel, not to consult. Because tomorrow people will say, no, you say you must consult and bring a report. It must be a mandate that comes here directly so that we don't call another special council meeting and waste time and listen to Sabah and Chokolo while they know themselves that they have been teaching that municipality to be put under administration from the start. Don't need to waste time now. So it must be here. We must approve it here with majority that as soon as Pradel dissolve this municipality, we must interdict him, take him to court. We must find best lawyers to deal with it. Take him to court. We will deal with him in court. And then we will deal with him in NCOP. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Councillors, the recommendations are before us, amended.
I just want to second that one of the mayor, what they've said about mandate. That's one. Not consulting. I support that one of the...
Councillor Campbell, are you willing to accede on that point?
Yes, Speaker, I myself thought that I didn't word it very well. Yes.
So
So
you were, we were drawing your,
we must consult, but we also must be able to interdict if necessary. Yes, I agree. We must be able to take legal action, not just chat. So I'm happy with that.
thank you. Councillors, we're going to put the recommendations to vote. The second proposal was brought by Councillor Tiokolo, seconded by Councillor Sabah. All those in favour of the recommendation, by show of hands. There's one, there's a hand.
Six. GA6.
All those against?
Yay.
Yeah, he's
Six,
there.
yeah. Six.
7. No, there's 7. Second, there's a second page.
How many? 4 there.
It's 4, yeah. Thank you. The second, Mayor, your hand is still up. Can you just please put your hand down? Thank you.
Okay, Speaker, sorry.
The recommendations as before us amended by Councillor Campbell to include the interdict. We'll give you the exact wording to that administration. So there's A, B, and C. All those. There's 2 abstentions in the first motion. Noted. So, sorry, the MM just interrupted my train of thought. A, B, and C. All those in favour, please raise your hands. All those against, please raise your hands.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 5.
There.
Now 6, yes.
Cleon, vote.
No, didn't vote. Abstain.
Thank you. Whip, can we have the results, please?
Abstain.
Oh, there were 2 abstentions in both votes.
Thank you very much, Speaker.
Councillor, why do you limit the voting?
Good morning, everyone. The results are follows, Speaker. For proposal of a democratic alliance is only 7 against 10. In favor of the recommendation with amendment is 10 against 6. 2 people abstain
On both votes.
on both votes. Thank you. So the
Therefore-
proposal, Speaker, is carried, Speaker.
Thank you. The proposal is carried. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks, Speaker.
But the people of DA, they run away.
They were there, Councillor Kumawana. You moved too quickly. But there's some councillors that need to get to bed. They worked very late last night.
This is happening.